Hello, and thanks for checking out this video. So, have you ever needed training on a particular IT topic but found it overwhelming to set up an environment to practice in? Well, in this tutorial, I'm super excited to share with you just how easy it can be to build an automation lab from an open source GitHub project called Azure Automation plus DSC Lab. My name is Preston K. Broussard, and I specialize in Azure automation and related technologies. In this video tutorial, I'll demonstrate the process of building an automation lab that can be used to learn and develop hands-on skills for such topics as PowerShell, desired state configuration, and Azure automation. For this tutorial, we'll focus on the deployment of this infrastructure instead of the automation topics themselves. To get started with any of the automation topics listed above, please see the references slide at the end where you can find more details and some recommended sources to begin learning these skills. So who can use this lab anyway? Well, you may want to build this environment for a variety of reasons. If you're an engineer, you can use it for personal training, or as a manager, you can provide an environment for your staff to train in. If you're a trainer yourself or a marketing or pre-sales professional, you can also use this tutorial to demonstrate the process to your customers and clients, or even to create your own live demonstrations, which, as you will soon see, should be simple. If it isn't, feel free to reach out to me if something isn't clear. My contact information is also at the end of the screencast. This tutorial will be presented in three main parts, consisting of a brief description of the lab environment, some requirements that must be first satisfied, and a demonstration of the script as it executes to build the environment. After the lab is provisioned, we'll wrap up with a quick set of tests to verify that the lab was built as expected, and finally summarize some of the main points. The lab environment will consist of the following major components. For this scenario, we'll install from an on-premises enterprise or home location, meaning your local machine, which has internet access. The deployment artifacts are hosted in GitHub for project 0026. We'll connect to GitHub and download the repository zip archives to execute the PowerShell deployment script. When the script executes, we will then authenticate to our Azure subscription to start provisioning resources. The first resource created will be the resource group named RG ##, where ## in this diagram represents a 1 or 2-digit number between 1 to 16 and reflects the student number you specify as one of the parameters that you'll be prompted for by the script. One storage account used for boot diagnostics and diagnostic logging for each VM. The name of the storage account will be globally unique in DNS if you deploy from the PowerShell script. One virtual network for all VMs. One subnet for all 3 domain controllers. One subnet for all member servers. One automation account for practicing automation concepts. One log analytics workspace for monitoring and runbook integration. One recovery services vault for VM and data backup and recovery. One Windows 2019 core domain controller, which will be the only domain controller configured in this deployment. One Windows 2019 development server with a Visual Studio 2019 VM image. 2 Windows 2019 core servers deployed initially as standalone servers that you can configure later as web servers using desired state configuration. 2 Windows 2019 SQL servers deployed initially as standalone servers that you can also configure later as SQL servers using desired state configuration or any other preferred method. 2 additional Windows 2019 core servers, which will be standalone machines initially that you can promote to domain controllers using desired state configuration as training lab exercises. There are certain scenarios for desired state configuration that may warrant the use of a PKI server, so we're including another Windows Server 2019 VM for that purpose here as well. one CentOS 7 server, which can be used to demonstrate or practice PowerShell Core 7.x or PowerShell desired state configuration for Linux concepts. And let's not forget the network security group resources to filter traffic for your subnets. And there you have it, a completed Azure infrastructure environment to learn in or use for demonstrations. The requirements for building this lab are an Azure subscription, a web browser, an internet connection, Windows PowerShell version 5.1. In this demo, I'll run the script from my Windows 10 laptop using the Windows terminal. Membership in the local administrators group on the machine on which you will execute the PowerShell script. During script execution, you will be asked to upgrade the Azure RM modules in case you haven't already done so, and replace them with the newer AZ modules. The password required must be at least 12 characters and meet complexity requirements, i.e. 3 out of 4 uppercase, lowercase, numeric, and special characters. First, we'll create a local folder for our project at C project 0026. Next, navigate to the AutoCloudArc GitHub account. Select the repository named 0026 as your automation plus DSC. Click the clone or download button and select the download zip option. Once the download is complete, we will be copying the PowerShell script from our default download directory to place it in the new folder. Next, we'll open this folder and paste in the script that we previously copied. Before running the script, you may need to unblock it first, depending on your execution policy settings. Let's also change the path to the script directory. Now we're ready to execute the script using dot sourcing and its relative path. The first prompt will state that the Azure RM modules will be removed and replaced with the AZ modules and ask you to press Y or yes to continue. The next prompt is a notification that you should enter your credentials for your Azure subscription. After you authenticate to your subscription, you'll be prompted to enter your subscription name. Now, you'll be asked to enter your student number, which is a 1 to 2-digit number ranging from 1 to 16. Next, a list of currently available regions will be presented, and you will be prompted to enter your region from the list displayed. After the resource group is provisioned, you'll need to enter a password. So that's it for this phase. I'll pause the video and resume once it completes. Okay, so we're back to wrap up. And by the way, let's congratulate ourselves for completing this deployment. The next phase is to test our deployment. We'll have a brief look at the portal to list the resources that were created, then connect to our jump server and enumerate the machines that we provisioned in the process. Ready? Excited? Yeah, me too. Let's go. Though, let me show you the Azure portal. To show that the resources have been provisioned by now, I log into my subscription using my credentials, and here are all the resources in my RG10 resource group. Here are all the resources that were deployed. So now we verify that the resources were actually provisioned, and we can return to our RDP session, and we'll open a PowerShell console. And we can list all the Windows servers in the environment. This is to prove that they have all joined the newly created dev.adatum.com domain. So there you have it. Whether you're an infrastructure developer, IT manager, pre-sales engineer, IT student, or even an instructor yourself, there's something in here for everyone. Here's what we've done so far. First, we reviewed the major resources that will be included in the environment. Then we ensure that all prerequisites have been met, followed by building the infrastructure and finally confirming connectivity and directory integration of all the Windows VMs. To build this infrastructure, we downloaded a script, ran it, supplied a few parameters, then waited for about an hour, and voila! The ARM template declaratively deployed and configured these resources for us automatically. It's almost like magic. Thanks for watching this screencast, and I hope you really enjoyed it. If you want to see more of these tutorials, make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Doing so helps us grow the channel to continue producing great content for even more IT professionals. I'd love to hear from you too, so together we can also improve the content. Send any feedback directly from this video to our GitHub project or my Twitter handle, and tell me what you liked or what I can do to make these productions even better for everyone so you and your staff can become heroes. Thanks again for watching, and happy automating.